Okay, everybody, welcome to the Amateur Hour. My name is Anthony, and today we are going to be setting up Git and GitHub on this Linux system. So, if you watch my intro video, you'll know that I barely know what I'm doing, but at any rate, I've been working on a Spring Boot application. I started it in Windows, so while I was in school, I used Windows 11 to do all of my work. I'm working on a Asus laptop that's got fairly decent specs. It's a couple years old. While I was in school, I learned a little bit about Linux in an intro to cybersecurity course, and I've also been watching a lot of YouTube videos about cybersecurity. I am interested in that. Although it seems like a lot of the jobs are, if you're going to start out in that field, it's better if you can work in person, which is not exactly possible for me here in the Philippines. But anyway, I like the idea of Linux. I like the idea of open source software. So now that I'm out of school, I'm starting to work more inside of Linux. I know it's Ubuntu, and I'm starting to realize some of the things that people complain about it. Like one thing, for example, I have a dark theme set here on my system, dark style. But when I boot up the system, it actually takes like about 3, 4, 5 minutes for that actually to take effect. So like, I could like jump right into a web browser almost immediately after logging into the system. But I noticed like the settings. This settings window here, it like won't even open for like a minute or two, and when it does, it's in light theme. Same thing with the file explorer, and the terminal. The terminal like won't even like it takes a little while to load. Like Windows is actually faster. Probably, I just don't have things set up right, or that could be just one of the things that's harder to make work properly on Ubuntu. So, anyway, I digress. That is not the point of today's video. So, I'm working on a Spring Boot project. I started it in Windows, then I switched over to Linux, and I basically started it again. I'm doing that in IntelliJ because I'm familiar with it from school. It is a Java project. The tutorial that I was following uses IntelliJ as well. But I was curious, like I wanted to be able to work on this project. If I wanted to, I have dual boot on this system, so I could, restart and boot up into Windows, and I have IntelliJ there. I wanted to be able to also load up this project's code base on that system without manually transferring the files. So I do have a flash drive, or I could load it on, I could put it in the cloud and download it again. But I know that people use Git and GitHub for this, so I've barely used either of those things at all. So I think it's time that I learn how it works and get it set up. I did already start to do that before this video, and I was getting stuck really bad, so this video is going to be pretty rough. But basically, I have this project. It's called Runners. There's a free code camp video with a guy named Dan Vega that is teaching the tutorial on how to set up this demo Spring Boot REST API. So I have the code in here that it's not done. It's still in the beginning stages. But what I want to do is load what I have so far up into my GitHub, and I want to be able to keep it updated on there, or push an update to my GitHub, and then say I'm on another machine somewhere. I want to be able to, whether it's Linux or Windows or whatever, I want to be able to get that project, that code offline, work on it, and then upload it back up into the GitHub, and that way I can do that. So so yeah, let's try to make that work. So where was I with this? So in my terminal, I have git, and I can clone a repository into a new directory, which is what I was trying to do before. I was just trying to clone an empty test repository, and that was where I was stuck. So let's start with that instead of like messing with the code that I have. Now the issue was logging on. They've changed. Oh, yeah, I got a lot of stuff here. Okay. So it was git clone, and then I'm gonna need let's see what I got here. Your repositories. So this is the one. So I was trying to get this. It's an empty repository. I was trying to get this with the URL, and I think this was the command, git clone. I think I just need to put the URL, right? Let's see. So this is where I was stuck. It wants me to set the GCM credential store environment variable. I don't know why the formatting is messed up on this. There we go, that's a little bit better. So there's a secret service, which I wonder if that's the easiest one to do, or the graphical interface. There's GPG, which I've definitely heard of before, but still don't really know what that is. So that's probably the best way to do it. We definitely don't want to mess around with plain text. I don't really understand why that's even an option. Because I tried entering my username. Even if I entered my username and password in here, it doesn't work. I'm just going to leave it blank. But that's the error that it gives. So we got to figure out how to set this GCM credential store environment variable. So let's try searching for this. How to set GCM credential store variable for git password. So I was watching one YouTube video that was doing it, but what this lady was doing, it did not work for me. So I'm going to try something different. The AI sometimes steers me wrong. Let's just see what it says. So this is what she said to do. This is what I watched in a YouTube video. Set it to cache. But I didn't see the... Wait, alternatively, we can set the git config to cache. I need something more specific. Set it to cache. I did do that. You can set the GCM credential store environment variable to specify the credential store you want to use. For example, to use a built-in credential cache. So that was one of the options in the terminal. Cache. Git's in-memory credential cache. So we did do that. I'll just see if it should still be here in my... Oh, see, there it is. We're doing that again. I have rebooted the system, so I think unless I put that in my bash rc file, I have to do it every time I boot the system. So let's move this to the other screen. But that wasn't enough. So I had gotten a token, but I didn't know what to do with the token. So on my GitHub, I had a token. Let's look at this one. So I think I was reading this before. Yeah, it was. Alright, so Git Credential Manager works out of the box for most users. Not for me, sir. Git Credential Manager GCM can be configured using Git's configuration files and follows all of the same rules Git does when consuming the files. Global configuration settings override system configuration settings, and local configuration settings override global settings. And because the configuration details exist within Git's configuration files, you can use Git's git config utility to set, unset, and alter the setting values. All of GCM's configuration settings begin with the term credential. So I don't think I used any commands like that. GCM honors several levels of settings to the standard local to global, local over global over system tiering Git users. So the local setting should, I think that's what it's saying, it applies, takes precedence over everything else. URL specific settings or overrides can be applied to any value in the credential namespace with the syntax below. Yeah, but how do we get it set up? If it is installed and configured, use git config global credential helper manager to assign. I don't know if we have to do that, but let's try that. Git config. Let's put that here. Git config credential helper. Oh, oops. That's not right. Git config -- global credential helper. Okay. I don't know if we needed to do that, but let's see here. To see the current configuration, use git config. Let's try that too. Git config credential helper, and nothing comes up to see the credential.microsoft.visualstudio.com .namespace is more specific. I still don't understand where. Let's click this environment variables. Okay. Set trace, but I need the one that it's telling me to set. Right? Good lord. It was telling me to set credential store. Where is that? Credential store. Okay, here we go. Select the type of credential store to use on supported platforms. Default value on Windows is WinCredman. It is unset on Linux. No kidding. Okay. So I don't think we tried that. Did we do that? Let's see. That was export. So the command should be set. Wait a minute. No, that was it. So we set it to cache. We did do that. So let's see what happens. I want to try to clone a repository from my GitHub. But it still says no credential store has been selected. Set it. Yeah, so I'm going to try to set it again, but let me just try to put in my username and password just to see what happens. And I need to get my password off screen. Make sure I'm not showing that. Okay. Is that the thing? I think that's the thing that I need. My GitHub password. So I will copy that to the clipboard, and now I need to put it into, oops, not there. I need to paste it in here. So, okay. So this is the loop I was stuck in before. So that was the correct password that I put in there, but it says support for password authentication was removed in 2021. Cloning with, so I went to this website. Let's go to it again. Open link. But before I go and read that, I want to try to set this variable again. So this should be the thing that I need to do. Let me, no, I've already done it, but here it does quotes. So maybe the problem is there's no quotes. Was that the problem? Let's try this. Echo, maybe this will work. GCM credential store. Oh, store. What? Do I need $sign? Oh. Why is it not working? because this page says, let's move this off screen. It's unset. And then it says here, GCM credential store equals whatever you want to set it to. That should be the way to set it. And then in here, it just says set it. I wonder if the git help that I have here will git help. Maybe GCM help? GCM. No. Clone, init, add, bisect, log, show, status. I don't see anything about the GCM. Alright, so this one says pass options to the git credential cache. When GCM credential store is set to cache, this allows you to select a different amount of time to cache. It's just not even set though. It's just not even set at all. Specify the path. Let's go over to this one. Let's see what this one says. So, about remote repositories. A remote URL is Git's fancy way of saying the place where your code is stored. That URL could be a repository on GitHub or another user's fork or even a completely different server. You can only push to two types of URL addresses, an HTTPS and SSH. I don't know much about SSH. I know that's going to be something I need to learn for sure, but for now I feel like this is what I'm trying to do and should be easier. Git associates a remote URL with a name, and your default remote is usually called origin. So this assumes I can use Git already, but I can't even like do anything with Git without logging in. So this is not the right thing. This is the thing. But there's no like simple explanation of how to get this thing working. This is where we are. Let's just try to click this real quick. Command args. Credential manager, command args. So we have after installation, Git will use the Git credential manager, and you will only need to interact with any authentication dialogues asking for credentials, that's what I'm trying to do. GCM stays invisible as much as possible, so ideally you'll forget you're depending on GCM at all. Assuming GCM has been installed, use your favorite terminal to execute the following commands to interact directly with GCM. So git credential manager, the command, and then the argument. So version git store. Oh yes, we don't need that. Configure. Oh boy. So Let's go back to the docs. Let's go to the README. There's configuration options. Where is just like how to start? How to install? That's not it. That's not it. Okay. README. Frequently asked questions. Okay. This is the thing. Okay. Select and configure credential store. Okay, so it's not set up because various distributions, depending on your distribution, a default may not work. Okay, so let's click on this. Credential stores. There are several options for storing credentials that GCM supports. Windows Credential Manager. We got GPG. So I know that I think that has to do with. I just need to look that up real quick because I forgot what GPG is. Let's just go ask good old GPT. What is GPG? What is GPG? That's the GNU Privacy Guard. It's got something to do with passwords, right? Let me see here. Encryption. So it's got a key, yeah, public key and private key. And I can use it right in my terminal to generate a key, encrypt a file, decrypt a file, sign a file. So actually I did use this during my intro to cybersecurity course. I did encrypt and decrypt a file using GPG. And I know that a lot of like files that you download off the internet, they have a but there's also a PGP. Anyway, I know that there's a lot of files that you can download. They verify that the file has not been tampered with, I believe, with GPG. So, alright. So let's see what we got here. Where's the cache option? Oh, here we go. So, it sounds like GPG is probably like the best way to go. But this was suggested to me by two other things, two other YouTube videos that I had checked out. But one of the guys, I can't remember exactly why, but it wasn't working what I was trying following their videos. So let's see here. Those are the defaults for Mac and Windows. Linux has no default. You can select by setting the environment variable. So how do I do that? For example, git config global. So I think that's a different one. Okay. So let me get my terminal. Give me my terminal. I want this, but I think I want to do cache because that's what the YouTube videos were telling me to do. Use cache. Control. Okay. So maybe I can type cache here. Oh, cat. How do I spell cache? I think that's how you spell cache. Let's try that. So let's see git config if it'll list out git config global use read. Wait, huh? blob. Read config from given blob object. Get value. Get replace unset. I'm gonna do this blob. Get config blob? No. Get config dash dash. So NO must be a number. Blob? No. Requires a value. It says 1 blob. What just happened there? It wasn't an error. It did something. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's just try to do that again and hope that it worked. And then what do we do? What do we do next? So I set that. Let's just see if let's see if it'll work now. So I wanted to import. Clone. I wanted to clone. So let's see if the clone will work now. Look at that. Look at this. It turns out that, as I've heard so many times, reading documentation is the way to go. Okay. So, where did we find that? To where actually something happened? Let's see. Hold on. So that was in the docs of the Git credential manager on GitHub. So, okay. So, token. I had a token. I did indeed have a token. I just don't think I need to show that to you guys. Let me pull this onto the other screen. And how did I have that token? I had a token. So settings. So I think for now I can show this. Hold on, let me just show this now. So github.com settings profile, and then there is an access. Hopefully I'll just have to blur it out if I show something I'm not supposed to. Access. So we needed, oh, there's the GPG keys. That's interesting, but that wasn't where it was before, was it? Access. I think it's this one, authentication. Okay. No. This is not the one. Where was I in here? It was part of access. Let's just look at those keys. No. Hold on, let's go to the personal profile. No. This is still not the thing. Let's go back. Let's go back. Settings. Access. Where are you? Access. Okay. It's not going to be this. Sessions. Oh boy, that shows something I'm going to have to blur out. Definitely don't want to show that. Okay, remember to blur that out. was the token thing? What in the world? Token, give me a token. Dang, what in the world? Okay. So let's just get out of here. Hold on. Let us... Where did that thing go? It's here. I did already make this, though, did I not? Let me just try this browser. Because that's got to be easier. Okay. So this one... all I gotta do is click authorize. That's all I gotta do. This is something from my school, from Cengage. Why? Why does... I should probably remove that. Let's go ahead and do that. And let me take this off the screen. Oh. Okay. Alright, let's close that. Let us go back to the terminal. Let us bring the terminal here. Okay, so I should have ls cd projects ls. So there's the runners git cd runners git ls. So there's nothing in there. Should be... Let's read what just happened here. Oh, wait a minute. What folder was I in? I was in my home folder when that happened. That's not what I wanted to happen. So let me go back to the home. cd / ls. What did I do? Did I bring this here? I don't see it. I don't see this here. cd home ls and cd and ls. What did I just do? It says here enumerating objects, counting, compressing, receiving. So what did that just do? That should have been here. Oh, wait a minute. Look at this. Runners. That was a mistake. Okay. So that is in my... Where am I? Oh, that's not... I don't have that. Okay, well, but where I am is... This is my home folder, I guess. Crap. Okay, so I need to move the directory. Let's cd into runners first and see what's there. So ls. There's the readme. Okay. So it worked. I was able to pull down the repository from GitHub onto my system. I think what I want to do is just delete that I think I want to just delete that for now. So cd dot dot. I want to remove. How do I do that? Remove -rf runners ls. It's gone now. So that works. Okay, now I want to cd into projects folder. Okay, so I have a runners folder that is like the legit thing. So I want to push this thing. Instead of clone, git push runners. But then I need to probably specify where. So where is, let me get that URL. Bum, 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 bum. My repositories. This is my repository. That is the URL. I should have that memorized, shouldn't I? Okay. So I want to push. I hope this is right. Let's try it. Not a git repository. .git. .git. Let's try to clone. Let me try to clone the repository again. So let's actually ls. Let's cd into runners -git. Then let's clone. Come on, do I have that nearby here? Come on. Clone. Let's do that. ls. I mean, is this not just a directory? How do I... ls-l? Is that how I... That should just be a directory. I don't see any .git. Let me try to open this up in the thingy here. I mean, this is just a folder. All it is a folder. What if I try to push that? But the clone just had the URL only. So the push, how about I remove this? I'm in the folder. I'm in the directory where I cloned the repository. And now I'm just trying to do the exact opposite. Now I'm trying to push. I'm in the same location. So what happens? Push. No. So how do we do that? How do we push? We need another doc. We need another doc to read. How to push to GitHub repo from Git. Is that the right question to ask? Ensure your local repository is initialized. And you have committed your changes. If your project is not already a Git repository, okay, initialize it with Git in it. Add your files to the Git index and commit them using git add, followed by git commit -m, your commit message. Add the GitHub repository as remote. Remote for your local. Remote for your local. Replace the URL with your URL. Okay. Wait a minute. So push your local branch to the... Okay. So these terms are familiar. Branch, commit. Okay. Ensure your local repository is initialized. Initialize it with a git in it. So but how? Get in it. Okay. Let's... Where is this getting this information from? To a branch in remote. Okay. 2 years and 7 months ago, push my local Git repository. White screen of death. Good lord, what, doesn't Stack Overflow have a dark mode? Alright. Prevented pushing to master. Instead, I need to create a separate branch on GitHub and explicitly push my code to that branch. Isn't that normal? Create a separate branch and push my code to that branch and then create a pull request. Isn't this like... I mean, look, I don't know, right? But I've heard people talk about this, and I'm pretty sure, like, this is like what people have to do that are actually working in the industry. They have to push code to a branch and then send a pull request, and then someone has to review that, and then they merge. Is that the right term? They merge it. Then there's something about squashing or something. I don't know, but okay. I have my code in a local repo. The commands I have run: git init, git add, git commit, remote add origin. Okay, I heard that word just a little while ago. Origin with the repo. Okay, so that's the GitHub location in this case, right? Branch pull. Not sure if this is necessary. Okay, let's just move ahead to the answer. You also have an existing GitHub repository with some set of commits in it. This is a question, but I'm going to assume yes based on the rest of the text. Because a Git repository is a collection of commits, and your goal is going to be to add commits, not make independent ones. You will need to start by cloning the existing repository, not making a new empty one. So this part is wrong. Okay. That's used to make a new empty repository. Git clone starts by running git init. We'll have a look in a bit at what you can do to recover. Okay. What have I done wrong? Git add, git commit. This part is okay. If you created a new empty repository, this made a single init commit in this new previously empty. That's not what you wanted. Okay, so I want to clone. Hold on. Clone the existing repository. Do you have your own fork? If not, there was a main in the GitHub repository before. If so, did you wreck it? Okay. To make a new clone of your... I mean, look. I'm pretty sure that I could just add this stuff here. Right? But I want to do it... Pretty sure I can do it in the terminal, right? Can I do that? I mean, but I could do it here. Alright, maybe for the sake of having this solved within the hour, maybe I'll just do it in the browser. I should be able to do it from here, though. It's just so hard to like find the step-by-step commands to do it. Let's go back. Let's go back. Okay, because this is assuming there's a GitHub repository. This project, let's go back here. This project is not on GitHub. I did create an empty one for it, but it's not there. It's just here only. Okay, so make a new clone. But so that would, I don't want to do it like that. I don't want a new empty repository. I just want to turn my directory into a repository. So this is not... This is not what I want. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, because this video is already getting to be about an hour long. What I'm going to do, this is my GitHub, this is runners, it's got a README. I should be able to upload, I should be able to just upload the thing, right? I should just be able to just take this folder. Let's go back. I should be able to just take this folder and upload it. Oh, no. I can't upload the whole folder? What? Why not? Why not? How do I do this? Because the project folder is this. This is the thing. This is the thing. Should I not? Because I don't want to. All of the structure should be there, should it not? Cancel. Alright, let's try something. How to put your project on GitHub. Let's just try this. I really don't like the AI stuff because sometimes it's just totally wrong. Let's try this thing. I've never heard of this. Oh, I've never heard of this. Okay. Create a repository. New. Create. File upload. Yeah, I do want version control. Using Git. Okay, this is what I want. This is what I want. For using this, we're going to create a directory on our local machine, one which will contain our project. I already have that. The next step is navigate to the directory and initialize a new repository within the directory. Doing this. Okay, let's do that. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get rid of that. Alright. Let cd ls dun 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 cd runners get in it. Whoa. Using master as the name for the initial branch. This default branch name is subject to change.
Hey, Dad?
Yes?
Are we going to church?
Not tonight. No, it's canceled.
Why?
I don't know. To configure the initial branch name to use in all of your new repositories, which will suppress this warning. Wait, using master as the name. This default name is subject to change. To configure the initial branch name to use in all of your new repositories, which will suppress this warning, call git-config global init default branch name. Names commonly chosen instead of master are main, trunk, and development. The just created branch can be renamed via. Okay, so okay, empty git repository in there. Okay. Runners / .git. Okay, wonderful. Now what? Now what do we do? As you can see, this command indicates it has been initialized. We can now start working on our project. For this illustration, I'm going to create a simple hello, but I already have a project. So print hello world. Okay. But where was that saved? Where was that saved? Was that saved inside of the .git folder? Do I have to move everything inside of the .git folder? TMP test git status. So wait a minute, let's check that. Git status. Oh boy, look at that. Look at that. On branch master. No commits yet. Untracked files. Attributes, git ignore, git attributes, .maven, maven w command, pom xml, and the source folder. All of that stuff. But where's help? Where's help.md? I didn't see any markdown. I didn't see that. I guess the help markdown is part of git. Okay. Ugh. Use git add to track. Is there a git add all? Let's see. Staging prepares these. Telling git we want these staging. Staging. Okay. Telling git we want to include these changes in the next commit. The command for that is git add. The git add period. The period at the end indicates we want all changes made. If you want to stage just the file specifically, instead of the period, git add and then the file, I wonder if the folder would be okay too. And then what? And then it does it. Changes to B. Oh, so no, it doesn't actually commit it. Then commit. Okay, let's do one step at a time here. So what was it? Git add period. Git add edit period. What? Why not? Why not? Git. Oh, I spelled git wrong. Oh boy, git add period. In the working copy of Maven W command, LF, what is LF, will be replaced by control LF. Control, what? CRLF. What? What does that mean? What does that mean? Why? Let's try to Google that. Let's try it. Oh, you gotta use control in the terminal, buddy. Use shift. You gotta shift control. Shift control copy. Shift control copy. Let's do that. Bam! What does that mean? What does that mean? LF will be replaced by CRLF. Bum, 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 bum. Git is configured to convert line endings from line feed to carriage return line feed. What line endings? This is common across operating systems. Windows uses CRLF. Well, Unix uses LF. Okay, but what does that have to do? What does that have to do with anything? Are checked out. So So what do I want it to be set to? Like if I'm gonna use this on my Windows machine, I need it on CRLF, and then so can I switch it back and forth? And what does checked out mean? Checked out mean like pushing it, right? What did this say again? But why? But why? Okay, so I can set core auto CRLF to input. Oh boy. Alright. I mean, I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. What should I do? What should I do? Warning you that it's going to change line endings to match the expected format for your operating, but my operating system is LF. So for now I should do this, and then if I work on it on my Windows machine, maybe I'll still do it like this. Let's just go ahead and do this. Git config auto CRLF input. Let's just go ahead and try that. Okay. Let's try get status again. Okay. 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 It's got all my files in there. I'm pretty sure that's all of them. Application properties, where's the POM file? There it is. That's pretty much all I did. Yeah, so I had very basic stuff going on in there. Now, what website is this? This website, okay, Medium. Medium. Is this even like a tech website? Hold on, I just want to go check it out real quick. This has got all kinds. Okay, so this is like all kinds of stuff. So thank you to this person, Nemuel Wanania. He's a security researcher and a software engineer. Okay. Okay, Nemuel. Thank you so far. So far, so good. Alright. Where were we? We're down here. Yes?
I traded 40 pesos for a lot of Orbeez.
A lot of what?
Orbeez.
Okay, show me later. Hopefully that was a smart move.
Wow. These are a lot.
Okay, well, I'm working right now. Let me catch up with you in a few minutes here, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
I'm gonna make them small again.
Okay. Alright, so... changes to be committed. Remote add. Okay. 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 Changes to be committed. To be committed. A commit is a snapshot of all the changes we have staged. and simply represents a point in the history of our Git repository. By making commits, we can always roll back to a certain point in history, for example, or look back at changes that we made in the past. Therefore, including a note or message in our commit is important. The commit command follows the syntax: git commit -m message, and then the message. Okay, so let's do that. Git commit -m. Do I need quotes? I think I do. First commit testing Git and GitHub. Okay. So that was done. Now we need to get GET, our project, out there to GitHub. I hope you can recall the repository we created. Git remote add origin. Git remote add origin. Okay. This should be the thing. This is the thing. Here. Now we want to git remote add origin. Git remote add origin. Git remote add origin. Yes, yes. What did that just do? Did I do that right? I don't think that was the thing. Let's look. Let us look. Nope, that didn't work. That didn't work. That didn't work. Wait, one branch. What is that? 5 hours ago. Main. That didn't work. That didn't work. Okay. I didn't read the instructions properly. Okay. You recall the repository to publish our project to that repository. We need to link or connect. Oh, so our project. So we can publish the local project there. The command for that is git remote add. Add origin. Remote repository. I'm pretty sure I did that. But why does his have .git? Note the git at the end. This is to identify the repository as a git repository. And you can replace with any other name. Origin is just a name to reference. Okay. But, hold on. Demo repo. Demo repo. Wait a minute. Demo repo. Demo repo. But look at that. .git. Huh. Can I do that? Can I do this? .git. do I change it? Git remote remove. Git remote add origin. I mean, am I supposed to type .git here? Now what? Upstream branch, okay. Git push upstream branch. Let's just see if this works. It says main over here though, doesn't it? Don't it say main over here? It says main. It says main, it don't say master. It says main. Let's try this though. Git push, set upstream origin master. Okay, let's make this small. Boom. Here we go. Git push set upstream origin master. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy, what's happening? $31 done. Delta compression, that sounds cool. Okay. Resolving deltas. Create a pull request for master on GitHub. By visiting runners pull new master. Runners pull new master. Okay. Okay. What happened here though? Master had recent pushes. So now I have two branches. So there's a default branch. And then there's a master branch, yours, and active. Pull request. Compare and pull request. Compare and pull request. There isn't anything to compare because it's all brand new code. Oh, excuse me. Alright, so this is all the code. So how do I do I approve it? How do I make it? How do I make it? New pull request? Master. Is there an approve thing that I gotta do? How do I do it? Let's go back to the website. let's go back to GitHub. There wasn't anything really left to read on that site. Here's the thing. There's nothing in the main, but there's 2 branches. So how do I... Stale. We don't want stale. All. Main. Master. Is there a way to like merge the branch? Can I merge it? New pull request. Unified. Master to main. Master to main. And they're entirely different. Okay, but how do I make them the same? How do I do it? Actions. About actions. Wait, what did my terminal say? My terminal said something. Let's open this link. Nothing to compare, but how do I maybe the 3 dots? Is it the 3 dots? No. No, 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 no. How? Where? Why? Actions. No. Code. Code. I'm the one watching. Okay. Let's ask old Jippity. How to merge branch on GitHub. Pull request, new pull request. In the base branch dropdown. Pull request, new pull request. Pull request, new pull request. Pull request. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. New pull request. In the base branch dropdown, select the branch you want to merge into. You want to merge into. Oops. Oh, I can do this in the terminal? What? Yeah, because it's called main. It's not called master. It's called main. In the base branch, select the branch you want to merge into. Main. In the compare dropdown, there isn't anything to compare. Create pull request. Why is there no... What if I do master and main? Good Lord, why? Optional delete branch to clean up. Well, how do I delete a branch? How do I delete a branch? How do I delete a branch? 2 branches. Let's just delete. Can't delete the default branch. Can't do it. Okay, let's delete the master. And it's deleted. Refresh. Okay, let's go back to the terminal. Main. Why not? Remote add origin. HTTPS. I mean, we did that already, right? It already exists. Push to main. Push to master. No problem. No problem. Refresh. It's there. How do I do this? Okay. Let's ask GPT. Let's ask it. I have created a new repo on GitHub. It has a main. It has a main branch with only a repo in it. I used git in my terminal to upload a my project to a branch called master. How do I merge that so it is the final code in the main branch. I see no merge option in the pull request place. Oh boy. GPT's not helping me out today. Not helping me out today. It's not helping me out today. Feature branch. Open the terminal. Fetch. Check out main. Get check out main. Pull origin. Main. I'm so confused. Push the master branch to GitHub. Push origin master. Push origin master. Did I not do that? I did set upstream. Create a pull request. Go to your GitHub repository window, click on the branches tab. Okay, I'm putting that in the other window. The other monitor. Go to the repo. Alright, let's go here. Okay. You should see a banner saying something master had recent pushes less than a minute ago. Compare and pull request. Yes, I do see that. Click it. Okay, yes, I clicked it. Ensure the base branch is main. It is. Compare branches master. Click create pull request. Where is that? There is no create pull request. I see no create pull request button in step 6. I mean, like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Okay, so it says if you don't see the create pull request button, it's because the branches are the same, which they're not. Entirely different commit histories. That's why. Force merge via command line. Let's try that. Let's try that. Let's try it. Pull the latest changes. Git pull origin main merge master. Merge master into main. Let me back this folder up before I do this. Copy, and I don't know, we'll just throw it into the downloads folder. Paste. Let's do that. Okay. Okay, let's try this. Git checkout main. Why? I'm missing something here. Let's go back to the tutorial. Because I skipped this part in the beginning, right? New repository. Create. Public. Initialize a new repository. So we followed all this. The origin is the repository. But it's doing master here. Huh. Okay. I think here's what we need to do. Let's go back to the back. Let's go back to the code, the branch. Master, let's delete that. Let's delete that. Why not? Because it's already deleted. This is called main. This one. Okay. I want this to say main. Why? What in the world? No. Okay. Main branch doesn't exist locally yet. Okay. Git branch master. It's called master here. How do I rename my local branch to from master to main? Is that what I want to do? Wait a minute. Let's ask GPT this. I created the repo on GitHub. It has one branch called main. I created a Git repo on my system for a project I created previously on my system. It is called master. Should I change this to main and then push to GitHub? Okay, let's try to rename this. Git branch m master main. Git branch main. Okay. Now let's try to push it again. Use git pull. All right, I'm just gonna paste this into. I'm gonna paste this into ChatGPT. So I'm still confused if pull pull is gonna take the code from GitHub and replace it in my folder, because I mean that's why I backed it up, because I was afraid it was just gonna like delete all my stuff with a readme and replace it with a readme file. Pull rebase. What? I think the problem is it asked me to make this stupid readme file. That was the problem. This is the problem the whole time. How can I want to delete this repo. Oh, but I could git push force. Ooh, will that work? Can I do that? I think that's what I really want to do. Git push force origin main. Yeah, take that. Let's see if that worked. Let's see if it worked. Oh yeah, baby. You gotta use some force. Okay. So I think I'm gonna take a break after this. So I'm pretty sure what I have now Now I just need to learn how to pull it. Um, I need to learn how to pull it onto Windows. And also from here. I need to make sure so I should, let me just look at this real quick. Yeah. This is my stuff that I have. Source. I have a main, Java, run, and a controller, repository, and application. And these are just barely starting to get built out. So I believe what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna probably try to watch some more videos on the normal process for this, but I'm pretty sure. Let me just ask GPT again. What is the normal procedure after making some progress on a project? For updating the GitHub repo. It should be the thing that I did before, which was the commit and push. Commit and push. Add. Yeah, so so it says here, check the status, add all the changes, unless you want to do a specific one, commit with a message, pull, so this pull remote changes, so you commit, then pull, then push. What? Wouldn't you pull before you even started? Why would I commit changes and then sync before I push? Commit often but meaningfully. Small commits make changes easier to understand. Use branches for new features or fixes. Keep main clean by creating feature branches. Pull before you push. Pull before you push. Pull before you push. I feel like that's very important. Are you sure I should commit, then pull, then push? Shouldn't I pull before working on the project if there are collaborators? Pull before starting work. If there's other collaborators, sure. Pull before you start working. Work on changes, stage the changes, commit the changes. Pull again. Why do you need to pull again if it's been a while before? If it's been a while. before pushing. Why pull after committing? If someone pushed changes while you were working, pulling after committing lets you integrate their updates before pushing. Still don't understand that. Pulling before pushing minimizes the chance of conflicts. I'm going to need a human to explain that to me. Yes. Okay, thank you. The reason for pulling again before pushing, if it's been a while, is to ensure you're syncing your changes with any new commits made by others. Still don't get it. New commits on remote. While you're working, others may push new changes to the main branch on GitHub. If you don't pull before pushing, your changes might overwrite others' work. How, though? I thought that's the whole point of this, is that it doesn't get overwritten, like, or conflict with it. I mean, wouldn't you have to check that before you push? Like, you just pull and then push without checking? I don't get it. Example scenario. You pull the latest changes before starting. You work, commit, and push. No new changes to happen on the remote, so your push goes smoothly. Scenario 2. While you were working, someone else pushed new changes to GitHub. You commit your changes locally, but when you try to push, Git will reject it because it's out of sync. Because it's got to be in order, right? It's got to be one after the other. I think that's what he means by after a while. Because probably when you pull before you push, I'm assuming you're going to need to like go and test your code to make sure it works. Should you test your code after a pull and before a push to make sure it works? I mean, they're just like step 1, 2, 3, but I feel like they're skipping something. Yes, testing your code after a pull and before a push is a best practice. I'm glad I could think of that without having to be told specifically. But they should have said that. Okay. It should have been like step 1 or, like whatever. Step 3, pull. Step 4, test. Make sure your code works. Step 5, push. Ensure your changes integrate smoothly. Okay. Okay. So I think that answered my question. Alright, so I got my project up here. It took a really long time. It was like literally 2 hours. I'm sure I could have found those answers better in a faster way than I did, or figured it out quicker than I did, but at least I think I know how that works now. So where is it? Oh, here it is. So I have this on here. It's just me working on it. And nothing's changed. Like, that's the updated code. So if I go into my IDE and I start working on this thing, if I want to like pretend like I'm working on a real project, I should do like only work on like one feature at a time, and then commit and push those changes. Like, when I'm done working, I commit and push. Or let's say I work for a while and I don't decide. Like, let's say, it might take even a couple of days to work on one feature. But when I decided, like, that piece is done, even if it, it should just be a small piece, then I'll push that to here just to get in the habit of doing that. And then say, um, if I plan on hopping on another machine, um, even if it's not fully done, whatever changes wherever I'm at, whatever my progress is at, I push commit and push that. Hop on the other machine and pull that down to work on it. So I think my next thing will be to boot up into Windows and see how I can pull this repo onto my Windows machine. And of course, I got a flash drive right over here. I could literally just like stick the flash drive in the machine. That'd be like the most simple thing. And like download the project folder onto the flash drive and then transfer it that way. But yeah, I think I need to move on from doing that. This needs to be the way that I do this from now on. So I think next video, that's what I'll do is I'm going to load this up into Windows and figure out how to pull it down, and also commit and push from Windows. It shouldn't be too much different. The thing I like about Linux is that the terminal. There is a terminal in Windows, but it seems like, I don't know. It just seems like more things are geared toward being used in the terminal. I don't know, but that'll be all for now. If I gave you guys a nosebleed and a headache watching me do that, sorry. If you enjoyed it, please let me know. And if you have any tips for me on what I should check out so I can learn this better or faster, let me know about that. Other than that, see ya.